lost for words. The Minnesota Vikings just came into Lambeau Field and beat the Packers 31-29, dropping the Packers record to 2-2. Vikings are now 4-0, sitting on top of the NFC, I believe. Today's loss, it was bad. People who didn't watch the game, and just see the final scoreboard, they might think that it was a good game, and it wasn't. We didn't deserve to win that game. We were given plenty of opportunities in the end to win the game, and we just couldn't get it together. First and foremost, Jordan Love, welcome back. Good to have you back. Wish it could have went better than that, but it is what it is. So, there's no bright spots really in this game, I think. Xavier McKinney, another interception. Let's go. Won every game this year. Yeah, man, it was rough. 28-0 at one point. I mean, yeah, we stopped them from scoring in the second half, other than that field goal that pretty much sealed the deal. But yeah, the Packers, man, they basically shot themselves in the foot multiple times, and they still were in the game towards the end. They got off to a really bad start. I think Jordan Love played fine. There were some balls in general that were not the best balls, but there were also some balls that were very catchable, and granted, some were contested catches, but there were also some drops, man. Just drops hurt, and big moments too. The drops killed us. Christian Watson left the game early. High ankle sprain, I believe is what they're saying. So he finished the day with no catches for no yards. Jordan Love was 32 of 54, 389 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I will say maybe 2 of those interceptions weren't really on Jordan Love that much. When it hit 2 of our players' hands and ended up getting into the hands of a Vikings defender. And the other one was on the play that Christian Watson got hurt. So again, just ball fell into a Viking defender's hand. They made a great play on it. But yeah, dude, it was rough. Josh Jacobs, 9 carries, 51 yards. Emmanuel Wilson, 8 carries, 27 yards. Jordan Love, 1 carry, 6 yards. Jaden Reed, 1 for 2. We couldn't really rush this game. I seen people asking why, who didn't watch the game, were asking why did Josh Jacobs only get 9 carries. And it's because we got down early, 28-0 before halftime. You can't make up those big chunks by running the ball. We had no time to waste. We had to pass. That's why Jordan Love passed 54 times, just being down in such a huge deficit. Jaden Reed had a great game. 7 for 139, 1 touchdown. Dontavian Wicks, if you look at just the box score, 5 for 78 and 2 touchdowns. You may think that's good, but they were kind of force feeding him towards the end, which I kind of get, but he had 3 or 4 drops, I think, and they were big. We needed those catches, and I get it. Force feed him, try to get his confidence up. But man, Tucker Kraft, 6 for 53 and a touchdown. He did have that fumble at the end where the Vikings player perfectly punched it out, and he went out of bounds, but the ball stayed in bounds. So that was cool. Romeo Doubs, 4 for 39. He did have that one drop that it wasn't a catch, or where they called it a catch. I don't know. Some of the calls in this game were kind of questionable to me. I didn't have the audio playing when the game was going on, so I didn't know what the announcers or refs were saying. But yeah, there was a catch, and Romeo Doubs had that, I guess it was incomplete after Minnesota challenged it. It looked like he got it, maybe because the ball touched the ground, but it looked like his hand was under it and that the ball didn't help him get make the catch, but they overturned it and it was incomplete catch. Then that goal line one before Matt LaFleur lost his shit. I don't think it was a touchdown, but still, it was just a rough day in general for everybody, man. Bo Melton, 1 for 28. Josh Jacobs, 4 for 27. Luke Musgraves, 3 for 13. Malik Heath, 2 for 12. We got to make some of those plays, because 1 or 2 of those catches or drops that we've had could change the whole outcome of the game. Our kicker missed 2 field goals. So back to the old feeling of not having a kicker. And yet Greg Joseph is living his best life right now. It was just a weird game. Defense too, like I don't know if I wasn't really noticing too much, but we just were not getting pressure. Even all the way up until halftime or maybe halfway through the third quarter, I didn't really see us rush more than 4. Granted, you should be able to, you should be able to get a pass rush with 4 still, but I didn't really see us send any blitz or anything. We had a lot of penalties too. I believe it was Eric Stokes that had the pass interference on Justin Jefferson, and then a holding call on Keyshawn Nixon, like back-to-back plays on defense. And it's just rough. I mean, defensive wise too, Justin Jefferson 6 for 85 and a touchdown. That was okay. Like, we did okay considering what we had, and considering the fact that it's Justin Jefferson. Like, that touchdown grab that he got, like, there was nothing you could do about that. On Keyshawn, Jordan Addison 3 for 72 in the touchdown. Josh Oliver 2 for 10 in the touchdown. Rushing, Jordan Addison had a rushing touchdown too. Aaron Jones was 22 of 93. Sam Darnold 7 for 15. That we just had a problem tackling too. I feel like every time we got to third down that we weren't getting any pressure, and then Sam Darnold would just wait for someone to get open and complete an easy 10-15 yard pass for a first down. If you look at team stats, Packers had 465 yards total. Vikings had 374 total yards. Passing yards, Packers had 379. Vikings had 254. Rushing yards, Vikings had 120. Packers had 86. And we pretty much, other than rushing yards, we pretty much, more yards per play. Time of possession, Packers had 27, 28 basically, and Vikings had 32. So it's just, it wasn't that, 5 minutes wasn't that much of a difference. We had 3 interceptions thrown. They had 1. We lost a fumble. Yeah, it's just weird. We had 8 accepted penalties for 68 yards, 3 punts, 1 sack allowed. We were 4 for 12 on third down, and then 0 for 2 on fourth down. So, yeah, man, it was a rough game. They came back towards the end. They put up 22 unanswered points in the third quarter, and that's it. I mean, we held the Vikings to 3 points in half, but if we make 1 or 2 of those field goals, different story. We get a first down, maybe get another field goal range, different story, or even a touchdown. It is what it is. Packers are 2-2 now, and we're at the bottom of the NFC North. I'm assuming maybe either 4th or 3rd with the Bears. Vikings are number 1 in the NFC North and probably in the NFC. Pretty sure they're probably the only undefeated team left now that the Steelers lost. Well, the Chiefs won, but it is what it is. It wasn't the best day for Hafley's defense, I'll tell you that. I'm not too concerned, considering it was Jordan Love's first game back. They all get to do better on offense. Can't have Jordan Love be Superman out there, but he looked fine. Like I said, for the most part, there were some throws that were touching receivers' hands, and they were contested catches. More specifically, the one in the end zone for Dontavian Wicks. It touched his hands, and the defense made a good play. But Jordan Love made some good passes still. I'm glad to see that he was able to move. There was a little scare earlier too. I think when he got sacked, that he kind of winced and took a little bit to get up, and it wasn't good. But next couple weeks, Jordan Love should be fine, maybe 100% healthy. Next week we have the Los Angeles Rams at Los Angeles 2. Rams just lost today to the Bears. After that we have Cardinals, Texans, Jaguars, Lions, our bye week, and then the Bears. So hopefully we can win some games. I seen people were calling for Malik Willis too. Of course, we love Malik, what he did for us, but I don't think that's not the right call, man. Jordan Love looked good enough to be out there and play. He still made plays. Now, Did health affect the outcome of this game of Jordan Love? Maybe, maybe not. So people are just upset. I get it. It is rough. It's, you know, a rival in our home stadium and then getting embarrassed like that. It's rough, but it is what it is. Next week we're on to the Rams. Hopefully Jordan Love can rest a little bit more. Hopefully Christian Watson's okay, and we just got to reset. We'll see him again week 17 at Minnesota, December 29th. But that's it. Just kind of not upset about the, I mean, I'm upset about the loss, but I'm not, again, it just is what it is, man. I just wish we would have saw a better game out of everyone. You know, it just wasn't just one person that we put the blame on. So that's it. We're at 2-2 now. We have the Rams next week at Los Angeles, so hopefully we can move on to 3-2 on a year and just keep chugging. That's it for now. Go Pack Go.